These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. Way to win here in Indianapolis. They would take the season series 2-0. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Dugan. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessary.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Off play action. Dugan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dugan.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround.
Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Back to throw. Dugan.
That's underneath to Pierce. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Texans.
Dameon Pierce.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Texans have taken the lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They're riding a two-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, This is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Jackson. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
The Colts at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Taylor going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as the GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Dugan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, Dugan
swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Back to throw. Dugan. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll look to throw again.
This one left side caught by Collins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Pierce.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will score. It's a touchdown.
Nico Collins.
29 yards. And the Texans have broken the tie. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14.
Colts 14. Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here can really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've never been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
Good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Again, it's Taylor.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's good for the Colts. 1st down.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down.
He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Pratt. Touchdown, Colts. From 17 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Airing this one out for Evans. It got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando. We check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Dugan under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. But I will guarantee you, the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dugan. This is caught by Evans.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here we go.
Off the RPO, he completes it.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Clock line number 10. A 4-yard pickup on the play. first down, Houston.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
Well, they get back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Off play action. Dugan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Now, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw. Dugan.
Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Off the play fake. Dugan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Daniel Dangbo.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The Texans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw. Dugan. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Dugan. Wide open receiver complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 67 yards.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll air this one out deep for Perriman.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Pratt.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. And Jackson throwing once more. Throw left side complete. That's Pratt. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Derek Stingley picks it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeForest Buckner, his 2nd sack of the night.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned DeForest sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he's going to let it go again. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 55 yards.
That's good.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction, because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, "Great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Another carry for Pierce. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on first down, Dugan. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Dugan. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Operating from the gun, Dugan, and he'll be brought down by the Colts. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans,
their hopes of a winning campaign stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year.
And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.